My name is Thandeka Nombanjiji Nzama, and I'm the Managing Director of Mbokodo Building. We are a construction company whose core focus is on female empowerment within the built industry. We aim to minimize the gender gaps and ensure that females form part of an equitable and inclusive part of the construction sector. Always remember that you are worthy, you are capable, and you can be the change that you want to see in the world. Always lead with purpose, and remember to always work together as sisters.
Hello Thandeka, how are you?
Hi Dumi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Now tell us about yourself. Who is Thandeka Nombanjiji Nzama?
Well, Thandeka is a mother, a wife, a businesswoman. I'm a people's person. I wear a lot of hats, and a construction company owner.
Now take us through your childhood. How did this young girl from Soweto get to become this entrepreneur?
Well, it goes back to my upbringing with my parents. You know, I didn't have a typical childhood like most of my peers. You know, on school holidays or weekends, we would have to go work at the family businesses.
So you had no choice.
I had no choice, basically. You know, at the time it seemed like, you know, a tall order. But as time went on, I actually realized the immense, you know, lessons that came with having to undergo, you know, those humble beginnings.
That's so unique, and it's almost like you got your first-hand experience from a very young age. So you got to know everything from your dad, basically, and your mother.
Absolutely. You know, my dad is someone I really looked up to growing up, and he was also a property developer. That's where my love for construction actually began. So he's someone that I really looked up to, and it was great to actually have someone of his caliber, you know, to be there to teach me, you know, the basics of business.
Now you run an all-female owned construction company. Please tell us about it.
Well, Mbokodo Building, we are a female, 100% black female-owned construction
By the way, I love the
company.
name.
Oh, thank you. It actually it came from you know, in 1956 when we had the Women's March, when the women would chant that "Wathinta Abafazi, wathinta Mbokodo." So, you know, having been in the construction sector for many years, I realized the difficulties of actually being able to penetrate the industry and to actually be able to make it through, you know, the patriarchy that we experience in the sector. So I decided that I will rebrand and ensure that the construction company that I make is gonna be for women, by women, and it's gonna be unapologetically, you know, for females.
I was actually going to go back to that. That was going to be one thing that I wanted us to chat on a little bit, like what actually inspired you to go all female and want to get females together to even run, and I've even seen females on site.
Oh yes, I know, it's quite a, you know, at first it seemed like a crazy concept, you know, but for me it has always been ensuring that, you know, I have to bring other women with me as I rise, and I had to make sure that I try and assist females that are struggling to break into the sector, because I know those difficulties. I've been through you know, those tough times, not having people believe in me simply because of my gender. So it was important to me to make sure that females form part of an equitable and inclusive part of the construction sector. And I feel that, you know, once you've reached a certain point in life, it's quite important to assist other females that are coming up.
Yes, no, that is so important. You know, often when I talk to entrepreneurs, I always talk about the importance of having had a work background prior to going into your own business. And you've got a very interesting relationship with BMW.
Oh yes.
Can you share that with me, please?
In fact, you know, when after a varsity, my work career began at BMW.
Yes, what a coincidence.
You know, and it's quite an interesting story because I basically forced my way into the company. I did not want to go work for my family's business, and I had to make sure that I try and go look for employment for myself. So I saw a newspaper article about the first black-owned BMW dealership, which was Joburg City Auto at the time, and I read the article. I was really taken by that because it was quite a remarkable milestone for the BMW brand, and I felt that I'll actually go to the dealership. I didn't know anyone there, so I went. I spoke to the receptionist. I asked to see one of the directors. He was busy, and I literally sat at the coffee area the whole day, almost the whole day. And until one of the directors actually came and asked me, you've been sitting here, and has anyone assisted you? And I said to him, no, but can I please, I'm here to see you. And he was shocked, like, you're here to see me, but I don't have any appointment with you. I said, no, I literally need like 2 minutes of your time. And I asked if I could be an intern. And they said, unfortunately, at the point, they weren't taking any interns. But I was very relentless, and I told myself that I'm not going to give up. While I was sitting there throughout the day, I had actually already created opportunities for myself, because when clients would walk in, there's a client that walked in, and he was walking around. He did not have anyone assisting him. And I went up to him and I said, "Hi, sir, can I assist you? Can I assist you?" And he said, "Yes, I'm looking for a salesperson." I said, "Okay, can I get you something to drink while you wait for someone to come and attend to you?" An opportunity came because one of the drivers was unfortunately not at work that day. And they were struggling, like busy talking amongst themselves, like, what are we going to do? We don't have an extra driver to go fetch the cars. And the client, was coming to take delivery of the vehicle later that afternoon. And I said, I'm here, I've got a license.
Talk about being at the right place at the right time.
At the right place at the right time. And also making yourself, a valuable commodity in a place, to show that nothing is beneath you. Because I felt that if by making tea, it's 1 foot inside the door, and that was the vision that I had.
That's how you get to where you are.
Absolutely. I always say, if you really have a bigger vision for yourself, you must be willing to do whatever it takes to get there, and always be patient. You must never think that things are going to happen overnight, or you're going to grow big, overnight. You need to know that, you're going to have those moments where you are doing the unglamorous work, but those moments are actually going to get you to greater things than your wildest imaginations.
And now, tell me, what would you say has been one of your most proudest moments in your business?
With regards to Mbokodo building, I would say it has been a moment when we did a house handover to Boxisunye. We offered, our assistants to step in as Mbokodo building, and we went in there and built a beautiful home for her.
Done on that. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Now, you are so busy. I wonder, how do you balance your home life, social life, your friends, work, family? I know you've got a little one.
Yes,
who's grown.
He's 8 now. It before it used to be quite overwhelming, but as time went, I had to teach myself to make time for each and everything in my life. I'm very particular. When it's time for work, it's time for work. When it's time for my family, I don't want anyone really bothering me too much about work stuff.
And now, what do you hope to see, in future, in terms of the industry, and as far as women are concerned? What is your wish? What do you hope to see?
My biggest wish is to actually, see like more women like fully participating in the industry. There's many like skilled women out there, but they're not getting opportunities, unfortunately. There's a lot of red tape in our industry, and most people still believe that it's, construction is a man's work, and that females are not necessarily skilled enough, or they don't have the strength to actually carry out the work. But I always say that, you know, in construction there's many different aspects to it. It does not have to be only the labor intensive work. You know, let's get females participating, you know, in other aspects of construction. You know, we need quantity surveyors, we need architects, you know, we need all of those professions. But, you know, I would love to see our company growing so big to the point where, you know, the entire site is filled with pink and filled with my Mbokodos there.
And I must say, I love the little pink hats that you guys wear.
That was very intentional because I was like, you know what, pink is such a ladies color, so we want them to see when we are on site that we're there, and we're unapologetic about it. We you know, we're not gonna be scared, and we won't cower, and we are gonna, you know, tackle this and make sure that we penetrate the system as much as we can.
But I must say, you are standing out in your pink and in the work that you are doing. Oh, well done on it.
Thank you very much.
And I wish you the absolute best in the future.
Thank you so much.
It has been amazing talking to you and so inspirational. I mean, I'm inspired myself.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It was lovely.
This was absolutely